Am I the a-hole for spending a large amount of money in a trip with my dad instead of paying the debt of my boyfriend's house? I, 29 female, recently got in a fight with my boyfriend, 30 male, and his family because I refused to spend my savings in a house payment that could result in him getting kicked out of the house. So context, I've dealt with my mental health problems all my life, but when I turned 20, I was at more worse. Due to that, I couldn't maintain a stable job while studying in college. My parents have always been supportive with me. They let me live in them, and my dad paid my psychologist, medicines, all my college education, and maintained me until I was 24, while also taking care of my mom and my 3 younger siblings. He is a super hardworking man, and I've seen him quit to think he enjoys and loves to give me and my siblings the best he can. Top tier parenting, and I love him to death. Fast forward to this year, I have a stable job that pays really well, and I've been saving money for the past 5 years because I wanted to do something for my dad as a thank you for all the sacrifices he has done for me. His dream has always been to go to Disney World. We are not from the USA. And stay in one of those fancy hotels, but he was never able to do it, and now that he is retired, he thought he would never be able to. So I have been saving money in secret to make it happen, and the only one knew about my saving was my mom, and she loves the idea. I've been with my BF for 1.5 years now. He has a good job, but he's not the best at taking care of his economy. He bought his house and is still paying for it. Due to his poor management of money, he starts accumulating a debt in the house payment. And few weeks ago, he told me that there is a chance of him losing his house if he doesn't pay the debt. Last week, I finally reached my goal and had enough money to take my dad to his dream trip. Just the 2 of us. I told my BF and I was really excited, but he was livid and told me how could I be so selfish to go on a stupid vacation trip when he is about to get kicked out of his house. He also told me that if we were in for the long run, I should help him to get out of his debt because that could eventually be my house too. We don't live together. I live in a small apartment. He also told me that his trust was betrayed because I've been hiding my money savings from him, and a good partner does not do that. I told him that it was not my responsibility to pay for his debt, but he kept yelling at me, so I left. I told his mom and his sister about it, and now both of them have been harassing me, going to my apartment and to my work, telling me how horrible I am for not helping him, and trying to convince me to pay his debt. I get that my boyfriend is going through many hard times, but this is something I've been working really hard to achieve. And since my dad is starting to have difficulties to walk with his eyesight and his health in general is getting worse, I don't want to wait any longer to take him to his trip. Am I the a-hole?
NTABF's house stuff is his issue. You're not married and have zero stake in his house. It's up to him to deal with. Legally speaking, you're entirely separate and not building a joint life together, so don't use your money for his mistakes. Enjoy your trip with your dad and make some amazing memories, and if BF can't be thrilled for you, then move on. You deserve happiness. NTA. You're not married, you don't live together. Your finances are yours, and you do not ever need to disclose them to someone you're dating. If you guys were getting engaged, planning on living together, etc., then that's a reasonable time to discuss finances. Not while dating. You have zero responsibility for his debt. Frankly, I'd run. BC. A guy who you're dating that thinks you should pay his debts isn't a great bet for a future. NTA. If you bailed out your boyfriend now, it's not going to change his poor habits and he will wind up right back where he is. Time to think about this. Do you want to be with someone who will continue to have poor spending habits until it causes a problem, and then expect you to bail them out, or go down the drain with them? Do you want to be with someone that calls you names because he got himself in a bad spot? Do you want to be with someone that is going to blame you for his problem, even though he created the problem? Do you want to be with someone without any commitment that thinks he is entitled to know all your finances? Do you want to be part of a family that thinks it is okay to go to your home and work and harass you about giving him money? I say giving him, because your name isn't on the house, and he will never pay you back. Please run straight to Disneyland with your dad, and have a fabulous time. Maybe when you get back your BF will be where he belongs, with a horrible family, that are the ones that should be bailing him out. NTA, my daughter is in a relationship similar to yours. I cringe. Run girl, run run run. If he is this demanding and controlling and you aren't even married, it's only headed downhill. His financial poor choices are his, not yours. You have worked hard and been diligent and want to do something wonderful in appreciation of your dad. He won't live forever. If you don't do the trip, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Boyfriends come and go. But he sounds like a fabulous dad, and this would probably mean the world to him. I was in a shit ton of debt when I met my partner, and when she offered to help I got my shit together and paid it off because I didn't think it was fair to burden her with my problems. This guy is a leech, burn it of ASAP. NTA, but oh my god, break up with him. There are so many red flags here. Don't invest in a house that you're not even guaranteed to live in, let alone get your name on the title. He could turn tail and run as soon as you pay his debt off. Maybe even look into a camera or something for your apartment, because if his family is crazy enough to go to your own apartment to harass you for money, who knows what they'll do if you dump him. Do not give that man any money. You are not responsible for his financial shortfalls. You do not live in the house, you are not responsible for bills, rent or otherwise. That is on him. He heard you say you have some savings, and suddenly he has dollar signs in his eyes. Guarantee that one. You will never see that money again, and 2. He will continue to ask for money. NTA. NTA. Go to the trip, enjoy the time with your dad, take time off from your BF, and think if it's good to stay with him. We don't know each other, so I can't say to you to dump him, even if it is what I think. 1. You are together from 1 year, he doesn't have any right to ask money to you, and not a big amount. 2. You are together from a year and you didn't trust to tell him, you didn't mistake, but maybe you unconsciously knows that he would try to take them. If you had feel confident with him, you would have said. 3. Your family it is harassing you, it is really what you want for your life, they are not going to change. 4. He is 30, and he can't manage money, he has a good job, but in house debt, he is not going to learn you would live all your life stressed by debt.